In the twilight hours of the desert, where the sun's last rays painted the horizon in fiery hues, two nations stood on the precipice of war. Israel and Iran, locked in a tense standoff for years, now faced each other with clenched. Tensions had escalated over a series of provocations and skirmishes, each side blaming the other for the escalating violence. In the heart of the conflict, soldiers prepared for battle, their minds heavy with the weight of duty and the uncertainty of what lay ahead. Among them was David, a young Israeli soldier with a fierce determination burning in his eyes. He had trained for this moment, honing his skills in anticipation of the day when he would stand face to face with the enemy. But as he looked out across the desert, he couldn't shake the feeling of unease that gnawed at him. On the other side of the border, Amir, a soldier in the Iranian army, felt a similar sense of apprehension. He had grown up hearing tales of the great struggle between his nation and Israel, and now he found himself thrust into the midst of it. But despite the bravado of his comrades, Amir couldn't help but wonder if there was another way to resolve their differences. As night fell and the stars emerged overhead, the tension reached its breaking point. A single shot rang out, echoing across the desert, and in an instant, the calm of the night was shattered. The two sides clashed in a flurry of gunfire and explosions, the air thick with the acrid scent of smoke and the cries of the wounded. In the midst of the chaos, David and Amir found themselves locked in a deadly dance, their fates intertwined by the forces of war. But as they faced each other across the battlefield, something stirred within them both. In each other's eyes, they saw not just the enemy, but a reflection of themselves. Young men caught up in a conflict not of their making, yearning for peace amid the chaos of war. For a moment, time seemed to stand still as they hesitated, their weapons poised, but their hearts heavy with doubt. And in that fleeting moment of clarity, they made a choice: to lay down their arms and reach out to each other across the divide. In the days that followed, their act of defiance reverberated across the region, sparking a flicker of hope in the hearts of those weary of endless conflict. Though the road to peace would be long and fraught with challenges, David and Amir had shown that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit still had the power to transcend the barriers of hatred and division. And as the sun rose once more over the desert, casting its golden light upon the land, a new dawn seemed to break, one filled with the promise of a future where enemies could become friends, and where the shadows of conflict could at last be banished to the past.